All right, you're ready.
What's your name? Never mind.
Jokes. There you go.
All right, you're ready.
How would you feel if you were being watched by a little under 50% of the world's population, waiting to see if you can achieve honor, glory, and pride for your country? There's a special event that goes on every 4 years called the World Cup. According to FIFA, 3.2 billion people watched the 2010, at least 1 minute of the 2010 South Africa World Cup. And according to my audience analysis poll, all 7 out of 7 of you knew that the World Cup was played every 4 years. Today I will be speaking about the history of the World Cup, the World Cup system, and the effects the World Cup had on Brazil. Alright, so history of the World Cup. The first World Cup was played in Uruguay in 1930. They were the host country and they were also the winners. Only 13 teams participated. How the World Cup has changed. In Switzerland in 1954, that was the first time the World Cup was televised. In Sweden in 1958, that was the first time that gloves were used in the World Cup. In France in 1998, that was the first time that there were 32 teams in the World Cup. And 2014, they used goal line technology to avoid ghost goals. Alright, so here are the previous winners and the hosts. And the World Cup was not played from 1938 to 1950 because of the World War II, and that would equal to 2 World Cups that were not played because of it. And Brazil is the one with the most titles of this final. Next. Now I will begin to speak on the World Cup system, the selection process. FIFA's 6 confederations: Africa, Asia, Europe, North America, Central America, Caribbean, Oceania, and South America. Those are the 6 regions, and they each have their own qualifying things. And this year, 32 teams were pulled from over 200 nations, and the qualifying matches are played 3 years before the next World Cup. Next. All right, the World Cup system. There are 48 total matches in the group stages. There are 8 groups that are randomly selected, usually with equal power of teams in each group. There's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Each group has 4 teams in it, and they all play each other in the same group. And only the top 2 groups advance to the next stage, which is the knockout round. All right, the World Cup system, the point system. So for every win, the team gets 3 points. For every loss, it's 0 points, and for every draw, they get 1 point. So Cameroon didn't win any games, so they have 0 points. Croatia won 1 game, which means they have 3 points. Mexico and Brazil both won 2 and drew 1, so they have 7 points. Next. All right, so Mexico and Brazil both moved on to the knockout rounds, which are these right here. And the quarterfinals after are 8 teams, and then the semifinals are 4 teams, and the final was played between Germany and Argentina, which Germany won 1-0 in extra time. There's also a 3rd place match between Brazil and the Netherlands. Next. All right, hosting process. So the countries have to put in bids into FIFA and their 22 executives, and they also have to make a presentation for them on why their country should host the World Cup. And the 22 executives do research on the country, what would benefit them more economically, and then they vote. And then the president, Joseph S. Blatter, he shows the results in front of an audience. World Cup awards. The Golden Ball was given to Lionel Messi for his outstanding performance. The Golden Glove was given to Manuel Neuer from Germany for being the best goalkeeper at the tournament. The Adidas Golden Boot was given to James Rodriguez for top goal scored, which was 6. Fair Play Award to Colombia for least fouls committed, and the Hyundai Young Player Award to Paul Pogba from France for best young player. Next. All right, the World Cup. It's 14.5 inches high, 13.61 pounds heavy, and made of 18 karat gold. It has 2 layers of semi-precious malachite, which is this green stone that's right there, and 1974 engraved under it. And according to Sports Pro Media, it is worth around $10 million. Next. The effects of the World Cup. Now we'll be speaking about the effects the World Cup had on Brazil. The people's perspective. They did not see it economically beneficial to their businesses, and they were not very happy because of all the tourists and the traffic that it created. It would usually take them around 30 minutes to get to the stadium, and with all the traffic, it would take over 2 hours. And they said it was for FIFA and friends, and not for them. They said that the stadium tickets were too expensive and that they could not attend to the games. And they held riots even 3 days before the initial inauguration. And the poll found that 6 out of every 10 Brazilians were not happy with that they were going to host the World Cup. Next. And there are some pictures of the riots. Next. The economic benefit. They spend around $14 billion mostly on infrastructure projects and stadiums. And they said that we could add $90 billion into the economy over the next 10 years. And over 1 million tourists attended to the event. 95% said that they would attend to Brazil again. That's where the $90 billion would come from. Thank you for listening, and I hope that next time you watch, or that you learned a little bit more today about the World Cup, and that next time you watch it, you will be able to enjoy and appreciate the beautiful game. Thank you.
All right. Excellent.